Everybody's too scared to have this conversation right now, but the truth is you can make a lot of money while everybody's losing everything. And not in some greedy way. You can make your money with $0 invested by helping the people that are about to lose everything. I'm going to give you 2 business models you can start today that can make you 7 figures a year, and people will thank you for saving their family in the process. My name's Sean, and ego trip, grandstanding YouTube BS aside, I can help you build a business because I've built 6 other businesses that do 7 figures a year. And I've taught one of those business models for 8 years here on YouTube. And those students have made billions of dollars. That's just honest truth, not even a flex. So if you want to start a business this year and you're looking for an opportunity and you have 0 cash, this video is for you. Here's what's happening at scale. Car repossessions are up year over year, over 1.7 million repossessions last year, and we've already broken that number with 6 weeks to go in 2025. Our default is at an all-time high. Savings for the US American is also at a historical low. And third, in real estate, there are more home sellers than there are buyers in record numbers also. These are all historic peaks in the USA. Historic crisis like this is also historic opportunity. You can hear Robert Kiyosaki say, I love crashes. He just told Graham Stephan that that's where he makes all of his riches. He's not the only wealth icon to tell you to take advantage of collapse or need. In another way, Cody Sanchez says, buy boring businesses. These business owners are getting older and they want their businesses to survive, so they'll cut a deal with you just so the business doesn't die when they do. That's a need. And to cut right to it now, we have 2 large groups of people with very specific needs. There are homeowners that need to sell a house. They now have multiple homes and they are expensive and there's a squeeze. But if they sell the home, they'll have a tax event. And if they wanted to move their money into another property, interest rates are too high, property prices are too high. It's just not a good time to buy a property. That's why no one's buying. Second, we have families and young professionals who have over-leveraged their life on cars because cars are an artifact of social status. You should not have a bad car if you have money, is what the Americans say. 2 assets that both cost money to maintain, and people can't afford to maintain them anymore. This topic of the car crisis is currently going viral. You can see it everywhere, including How Money Works' video a few days ago. And here's what no one's talking about, the part that everyone's too afraid. Because also banks don't want to teach you this stuff because banks want everybody playing right inside the paper contract. They don't want anybody testing the edges of these financing agreements. You can have control of an asset and make money on an asset without owning it. And with the agreement of the owner, where you do a profit share or a revenue split, you can save them from imminent doom and make a ton of money along the way. Let's say someone needs to sell a house and they need that optionality to sell. It's always on the market, but it's furnished, it's a second home, and they can't afford the mortgage. You can make an agreement with them to put that property onto Airbnb and manage it. And that property now becoming an Airbnb gives them multiple benefits. Mortgage gets paid for. The home still can be shown on the weekdays between the weekends where they make all their money. Now the home can be sold as an income property. Even though it's a single family home, kind of like a long-term tenant occupied concept, except there's more cash flow. A progressive investor that wants to know that the deal can work can take the proceeds from the Airbnb monthly statements, take it and get a DSCR loan on the Airbnb revenues, which are higher than a normal long-term tenant loan. That DSCR loan can then justify the purchase of the property where the property could not have been sold unless it proved it was making money on Airbnb. You now are helping homeowners sell their property. If you're a real estate agent, you can double dip, and this could be your core strategy for this oversupply. Let me run it on Airbnb, prove how much it makes, and then sell it to an investor who wants to use a DSCR loan. Cut and dry, clean, beautiful exit for that homeowner. If you think that business model is cool, but you have questions, put them down in the comments. I also teach this business model on this YouTube channel, so subscribe to learn everything about short-term rentals. Have some fun. Cars. People have leases, people have car payments, they can't afford the vehicle, but they want that lifestyle token. They want to show people that they have money. You can take a vehicle part-time and put it into a space called Turo. It's like the Airbnb for cars. And you can also manage that vehicle in the space for a revenue split. What's cool about this one is these car owners aren't ever really looking to make a profit on their car. It's just a new thing. No one's ever really thought of it. So your rev share agreements can get really aggressive on the back end. You can give the person the majority of the money until their bills are paid, and then you keep the majority of the money after the bills are paid. We're making money on Range Rovers and Jeeps and Teslas and Corvettes and all sorts of stuff, and it's a blast. Both of these businesses run exactly the same way. You list it online, someone books the asset, uses it for a while, you clean the thing, and turn it over and give it to the next person, next customer, next guest. It requires good photos, customer service, and cleaning activity. That's the main heart of all of this. Both of those require $0, and I will help you build these businesses. This is the perfect time for someone with no money to make some real money. And yeah, free game, no catch. I was born poor myself. I was on welfare as a kid. I went homeless at 23 before starting my first business. I never had a mentor the whole time I was a professional, and I never had a YouTube channel to follow. I did it completely alone, and I regret that. I could have been so much farther in life if I had somebody else who could have told me what not to do, because I did a lot wrong along the way. Again, my name is Sean, business builder, new friend. Welcome to the channel. And if you have questions about either business model, put them in the comments. Here's a video on how to negotiate. You're going to need that to really get these deals done. And as always, I'll see you on the other side.